episode of Biker's Inner Circle Underground Radio. Biker rap and music to rent by. You're listening to Good Time Charlie on Biker's Inner Circle Underground Radio.
All right, everybody, how you doing? Checking out Biker's Inner Circle Underground Internet, video and radio, and I came across some film we shot back in 2003, and the audio ain't that good on it, but who gives a shit, okay? It's the founding members of the Tophatters, the club that was out in Hollister, and you know, back in the day, way before they made that movie, The Wild Ones with Maul and Brando and all that stuff. And anyway, this is a sit down with my good buddy Dennis Sanfilippo and Jess and Joe Bravo. So you guys enjoy this.
I cannot believe it, but we have two people here, Jesse and Joe Bravo, who are actually there. How you doing? And I guess you guys are brothers, and besides that, with a name like that, it sounds like that's a Hollywood name. Is that really your name? Really your name? Bravo, okay. Well, anyway, you were here in 47, huh? 47. And let me ask you one thing. Quite obvious, not the same, right?
Oh, no.
Now, when it happened in 47, where was it based? Is it right here in this vicinity where we're at?
I said you're right Main Street, right where all the bikes are parked.
Okay, now where your guys' booth there, how far is that from the actual site where supposedly the famous photograph with Life magazine and all that stuff?
Yeah, right there in front of Johnny's.
Right in front of Johnny's,
yeah.
Right. Okay, now, by the way, my dad was here at that event, and I was a pretty young kid before I even knew about the event, because I wasn't born there in 47. But he was telling me that a lot of that stuff was kind of hyped up, that the actual pictures was staged. Was it staged or not? In that?
Sure, you know, that one with the fellow sitting on the bike with, you know.
They put some Hollywood to it?
Yeah, and then all the bottles there.
So there was Hollywood started before Hollywood did the whole thing there.
But they put it all together like that, but I mean, that one was kind of pretty.
Well, what has really happened, as far as you're concerned, since 47 to now?
Before we go any further, Marvin Brando wasn't around at that event.
Right, he just became famous playing that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
But, yeah, right. Now, in the movie, I'm sure you must have seen it, right?
Yeah.
Was that a bunch of bullshit too, as far as the way they acted in the movie?
A little bit of it, but most of it is all.
Because of what, a lot of people got arrested? And
yeah. Oh, there was people arrested on it, and of course the Tophatters got blamed, and a lot of it was unaccounted.
Well, see, like today when walking around here, I see thousands of people, and there really isn't a lot of patch holders. But in 47, there was a lot of patch holder clubs there?
No, there's only 3 or 4 clubs.
Okay, were the Galloping Gooses one of the clubs that were there? You know?
I don't remember.
You don't remember who actual clubs were? No.
I remember the Salinas Club and Sensei Dons. They were Blues Fighters and Tophatters.
Well, what do you think about the people now compared to back then? Is bikers still great people back then as now, or you just see a difference?
Well,
you might say they're pretty well tamed now compared to.
Well, people were way more crazier back then, huh? Really? And people could get away with it more. There were more now, right? Around here right now, it seems like if you gave someone a dirty look, you might get arrested.
well, not really. They're pretty lenient today.
Really?
You know, we couldn't get by with it, all this noise. You know, we had a mufflers, and there wasn't, and that's what started it all, that they left them get a little too far, go a little too much, and pretty soon they tried to slow them down, and it wouldn't happen, because they were already drunked up, and
So whose idea in 47 was it to do this event? Was the city behind it in any way, or was it just a motorcycle?
I really don't know. It was something that's been started years before.
Oh, really?
They've had
so then the 47 wasn't the first year?
No,
it was the one that got
this
the
has
publicity?
been going on. Yeah, this has been going on before the war.
What can you think?
Before the war.
30s then? Or
Yeah.
37?
38. It was, the race was at Bellotto Park. Then after the war, we had the Veterans Park, and we started racing at Veterans Park.
The reason why I know so much about this is, see, my dad had 2 daughters who were my sisters, half-sisters for Sam Marina's sister. And now Sam Marina is a legendary guy in those years, right? He was world champion.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Sam?
Yeah.
I mean, he was, flat tracker, hill climber?
Well, first time we seen him was that they had a 3-miler in Oakland.
Right. Or someone got his head cut off or something like that? Didn't someone come around a turn? Or,
No, the first guy's front wheel buckled up, and then the 5 went down. San Marino was the 5th one, and he picked up his bike and continued. They picked up the 2 injured and then the 2 dead, and San Marino picked up his bike and finished racing it, and he come in 10th for it.
Because he was world champion for years, hill climbs and flat track.
Yeah.
And then his son also was a great hill climber, I believe.
I never got
Years ago when that happened.
He was quite a racer and hill climber.
So you guys basically, I take it, have been here almost every year, or have you missed some years in the past?
I haven't missed any.
So you guys have to be the most persons ever been to this event?
Yeah.
Just about everyone.
Well, it was in our blood since way back. It was
Yeah, see, now, this club is called the Tophatters, and I noticed you're wearing top hats. What's the story behind that one?
Well,
Is there a story, or?
Well, it started with me, before the club started, been right about 30 years. So I was clowning around, got me a top hat. Wore different runs we had. I'd wear it, and that's what was really.
So the name came from that?
Didn't have to use helmets at that time, so kind of clowned around with what you wanted to wear.
Right. Well, I'm from San Jose, Sunnyvale all my life, and the Tophatters has been a motorcycle club I've heard about. That's all the other legendary motorcycle clubs, It's the well-established club. But anyway, now this is your clubhouse. Is this the original clubhouse, or did it move around over the years? I'm sure.
We didn't have a clubhouse.
Really?
We used very long to find empty
Okay, now barn, that sounds even better. You have to have a Harley, or what's the story on
Well, you got what you could get, you could afford.
that? So you could be a Tophatter and not have a Harley?
Right. Yeah. There's a few Indians here.
But there were very few English bikes.
The English bikes were BSA and Triumph were.
They didn't come here. That many until after the 50s,
Right. Well, back in 47, was the city kind of like, hey, we don't want you guys doing this here, or we don't care, or we're not getting involved? Did they participate?
48 and 49.
That's when they started to get behind it?
Yeah.
And they've been behind it
Yeah.
to this point where it's grown to such a big event like this, huh?
The whole city father didn't care much
For it.
The old times at the time didn't want the noise and everything went back with it.
Well, we're here with the Charlie Breckel Band because they're going to be playing later tonight, but we were here for the 50th anniversary. Now, I'm sure you were here for that?
Yeah.
Now what was that? That wasn't as big as everybody thought it was going to be, right?
That's kind of the start.
The start of it.
Really? Because, I came here and everybody on the news were saying there was going to be 400,000 or 500,000 motorcycles, and it didn't really. But this year I hear from everybody I've been talking about that there's, and this is 2003, that there's twice as many people or more this year as last year? Would you agree with that?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Really?
Yeah, twice a month.
So this is really becoming a big event, which it always has been, but
Yeah.
what's happening out there with the motorcycle world is incredible. So, can I ask you this? Can you still have as much fun in 2003 with the new rules out there in the motorcycle world as you did in 47?
A little more fun.
Now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Well, for some a little more fun. Maybe for others not so much. You know, they're about 15, 20 bars at a time.
And now there's not?
There's about 2 or 3.
Really?
But these people kind of get in the bar.